So the qualifying session for the 2025 Formula One Azerbaijan Grand Prix has ended with Max Verstappen denying Carlos Sainz shock pole position as Oscar Piastri crashed out. Max Verstappen has taken a dramatic pole position for the Baku Grand Prix in what I can only describe as a chaotic qualifying in Azerbaijan. Um, a big surprise from the qualifying session are Carlos Sainz in P2. He jumped on the front row. It looked like he could even win the pole position with the Williams car for a second there. And Liam Lawson is P3. So in a way, three guys from the Red Bull Junior Academy on the first three um, positions. Now, Sainz looked set for the pole position after he was the only driver to get a dry lap in uh, the part of Q3 session that was heavily affected by crashes and rain. But in the last few seconds, the doot Max Verstappen denied the Williams driver what would be a really shocking pole position. Um, the qualifying session set a new record. There were 6 red flags that caused the usually 1 hour long session to last 2 hours. Then rain came, and yeah, from the guys that crashed, we can point out Charles Leclerc from Ferrari. He was on pole position for the last 4 or 5 Grand Prix. I think it's 4. This time it would be his 5th pole position in Baku consecutively. But the Ferrari driver crashed out in turn 15. The red flag ensured that only Sainz, Lawson and Hajar were able to finish their laps, and then rain came and it intensified, so it looked like those 3 guys would be in first 3 places, but the rain slowed down a little bit and the track conditions improved in the time that the workers repaired the barriers in turn 15. So that gave the chance to other drivers, and the qualifying went back on. The track went green, and Piastri was actually the fastest in sector 1, but the McLaren driver made a small mistake braking the turn 3, and he slammed it on the outside wall, and the Australian driver caused another red flag with less than 4 minutes left on the clock, and that was just enough time for one more run for the guys in the Q3 session. Sainz was in pole position in all that time, but yeah, more rain came, and the grip levels dropped off a little bit. Lando Norris and George Russell missed out, but Verstappen found just enough time to beat Sainz's time and take his first ever actually pole position in Baku. Lawson stayed in third after he did improve his lap, and a good qualifying session for Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who got fourth place, and then Russell was fifth. Yuki Tsunoda is actually in a decent position in sixth, but Norris failed to capitalize on Piastri's crash, and he was only seventh. Hajar was eighth, then Piastri ninth, and Leclerc finished last of the top 10. The drivers had to face gusts of wind in Q2. The session was red flagged even before any of the drivers set a flying lap. Oliver Behrman took care of that because he made a little tap with the turn 2 exit wall. He broke his suspension on the Haas car. The session resumed. Leclerc was having quite some problems with the low grip. He went off in turn 1, and his mistake actually hurt Lewis Hamilton, his teammate. He was on a flying lap, and Leclerc went straight in turn 3 in the next lap. So he really made the session hard for himself. He then did a good lap, a decent lap. He moved into 5th. Hamilton got bumped outside the top 10 by Leclerc, and then the Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso, and also Tsunoda did a good lap that made sure there was no space for Hamilton in the final session in Q3. So yeah, Alex Albon in the Q1, he was the first driver to wreck his car in this qualifying session in Q1. He smashed into a wall in turn 1. So I think we will have an interesting session tomorrow, an interesting race. The drivers are under quite a lot of pressure. I didn't check the weather forecast for tomorrow, but if there is any rain, we could have massive delays again. But hopefully everything goes well, and we have a decent interesting race. So yeah, the starting grid for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix 2025 is, like I said, Verstappen in P1, Carlos Sainz from the Williams in P2, Liam Lawson was P3, Andrea Kimi Antonelli from Mercedes 4th, George Russell is 5th, Tsunoda 6th, and Norris 7th, with Isaac Hajar in 8th, Oscar Piastri 9th, and Leclerc in 10th, followed by Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton in 12th. Gabriel Bertoletto is 13th, Lance Stroll in 14th place. Oliver Behrman will start from P15. My guess is he will probably go for pit lane start, maybe change the setup, try something different to surprise the guys ahead. Then Franco Colapinto in 16th, Nico Hulkenberg 17th, Esteban Ocon in 18th, and the last row 19th and 20th place, Pierre Gasly and Alexander Albon after crashing out in the first part of the qualifying. Lewis Hamilton, after the qualifying, said that he does see some silver lining in the qualifying. He says he was close to reaching pole position even. Hard to believe since he will be starting 12th. He said, I honestly thought I was going to be fighting for the top 3 today. I thought I might be able to get pole today. That's how much I have not felt that all year. He keeps saying he found something. He keeps mentioning his feeling is better, and we have this massive jumps in his form. He's quick, and then he's out of Q3, sometimes out of Q2 or even in Q1. He did, however, say that it was not his driving that caused to be eliminated in Q2. It was he blamed the team's execution of the qualifying session, and he did point out it's gonna be tough to start the race in 12th. Baku is a street circuit. Anything can happen. The streets are very narrow, so overtaking is not the easiest. So maybe the drivers and the teams will be relying on strategy more than trying to gain positions on track. There is that long straight that gives the drivers a pretty good boost, a good tow, so they can complete the overtakes at the end. But it's gonna be hard to gain positions in the race. Although I think gambling on safety cars or virtual safety cars might pay off. So I think Hamilton doesn't have a lot to lose from his starting position, so he maybe he can try a different strategy, go for the safety car in the first few laps strategy, or maybe use hot tires at the beginning of the race, because if there is a safety car and there is a big possibility of it, he can gain positions when the guys ahead of him use the safety car to change tires. It's a free pit stop. Basically they lose the least time if they do that, and he can be on hards ahead of them. He can lead the race, then make a pit stop, do maybe a one-stop race. They do two. We we can definitely expect an interesting strategic battle. On the other hand, we have Lando Norris. He failed to capitalize on Oscar Piastri crashing. It looks like Norris does have a problem with pressure. I don't know. He does just fail to gain points in the crucial moments when his rivals fail. But again, he's in good position. McLaren, if you remember last year, they used the mini DRS flexible rear wing. This year the FIA clamped down on that. It will be interesting to see their rear wing move. Piastri is quite fast at this track, so it will be hard for Norris to finish ahead of his teammate as they fight for the championship. Yeah, and Norris himself doesn't see this as a missed opportunity, because he said he actually said that he still believes he did everything he could. He said, "I went out first and it was the wrong decision to make in the end. If everyone else got a yellow flag behind because someone else went off behind me, you wouldn't be asking me this question. Sometimes it goes your way around here, sometimes it doesn't." That's actually very, very true. You do need some luck, as in every street circuit. Every driver got caught by the situations on the street circuits in the past, so it really doesn't make anything better if you think about what could have been. The points anyway are dealt on Sunday, so I think Norris can still actually even get to the podium. I think he has a fast car. He will be able to capitalize on both the straight line speed of the McLaren and also the tire management. The car from McLaren is the best in these two aspects, I should say. So he's in a very good position. Anyways, like I said, Formula 1 Grand Prix Azerbaijan 2025 is on. So let's see who wins it. You can drop a comment what you think about the qualifying result, and tell me who the top 2 or top 3 guys will be tomorrow in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku. Till then, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Give me a follow, give me a like. You can subscribe to this channel. I'll be doing more of these in the future. I'll do this random comments on results from Formula 1 and also MotoGP. I also stream some games. You can watch me play Fortnite if you like that, and I am doing videos of the horror story game called Chronos: The New Dawn. I've put up a few videos. For now, I haven't played through the game yet. Haven't found enough time to do so, but you can check it out on my channel. So yeah, that's it for this qualifying result comments. See you, I think, probably tomorrow after the race. So have a nice day. Enjoy the race.